If you're a business owner or entrepreneur, what's one way for you to increase the valuation of your business that most people overlook? And why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan coming to you live from Austin, Texas on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. When you take a look at what you are able to do with technology, and most people don't think it through, there are applications. And let's start with your CRM, your customer relation management software. And there's a ton of them out there. But a lot of times these softwares have secondary softwares that you could use, and then they connect through an API. They connect through middleware. They connect through a data link that says, hey, let's communicate in a meaningful way. And the reason this becomes important is there's a lot of times where I go in an advisory role to have a conversation or a consulting role, and I start asking these questions like, what other tools are you using in conjunction with your CRM? What can you do to offset some human work that would really need to be done that doesn't need to be done? They're like, well, what are you talking about? So there's a couple different ways for you to do this. One, take your CRM, take your device, your software, your program that you're using, and just go to Google or ChatGPT and say, what tools connect to my CRM? And then you can go and say, hey, what can we do? Now, there's middle software that'll do automation for you, or RPA, like Zapier or Make or Active Pieces. There's a bunch of these different companies out there. There's IFT, if then what, right? So you have the capability of connecting a lot of different softwares and services to extract data, right? And data extraction is just one of the elements that most people miss for reports, for their KPIs, for their key performance indicators, to keep the spotlight on employees or to keep the spotlight on metrics. But there's a ton of different ways that you can use this process as well. But before we get there, if you're looking to sell your business in the next 0 to 36 months and you want some help and you're doing at least $2 million a year in revenue with a 10% profit margin, you should absolutely reach out to the Deal Hotline, 888-DEAL-919, and a member of my team will get back to you. No deal is too big. So you're like, hey, Scott, so I can run reports. Yay, me. Well, if you can reduce the amount of time that somebody has to pull that information and it becomes automated at like 12:01 in the morning, you know that when you get into the office or when you wake up and you go through your numbers, everything is done. Now, here's the other thing. There are external items that you can attach via an API code or using one of these tools like Make or Zapier, however you want to say it. And some of those are sales tools. So real quick, we could do a follow-up campaign via text message, a follow-up campaign versus via email. We could do a follow-up campaign via phone calls and AI dialing tools. Now, anywhere that you could do a follow-up, you can also do a reach out. And so if you're taking the advice of saying, how can I use one of these tools to my advantage? Well, instead of waiting for somebody to take initiative or telling, hey, today, here's what you're going to do, you have the ability to automate. That automation, what it does is it allows for you to not have to worry about it. What it allows for you to do is just set it and forget it. And if you have the ability to set it and forget it, and you know that it's being done on a consistent basis, it allows for you to take a look at other items for you to be above your business, right? You're above your business looking down instead of being in the business, as they say in a lot of business books. And it's a huge value to you for a lot of different reasons. One, if you bring a high performer onto the team and you're like, hey, here's how we operate and here's how we do things, it's a better thing. Now, if you're going to go sell your business, what happens is for every employee that you don't have to have, the profit increases. Now, the mistake is to think that you don't have to have any employees at all. But if you can say, hey, look, instead of my person, my manager, spending 10 hours a week doing reports and they're automated, you win. If you can say, hey, my sales manager, instead of doing follow-ups, or my sales team, instead of doing follow-ups, or somebody in the office doing follow-ups, taking 15 to 20 hours, they could be doing something different. They could, and here's a bonus tip. Like, you can offload a lot of your CSR work, your representative work to automation as well. There will be a point, though, that you lose that human touch. So you do have to be aware of that, okay? So it's cool to automate. It's cool to increase the value of your business. But the second that you lose the human touch, people are like, I just feel like a number. That you still have to have your client feel good. You got one of three things to do from here, just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.